It seems that every time the Young Turks Rashad Richey tries to defend himself against allegations of academic fraud, he just buries himself deeper. In a now deleted video, he posted a picture of an acceptance letter from UNIP, Universidad del Pacifico in Nicaragua, that purported to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Rashad earned a real Master of Science in neuroscience from that program.
So in the enrollment letter, this is when I put in all of my application requirements and transcripts. Dear Richie, we are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted into the master's program in neuroscience for UNIP. That starts on the 1st of February 2022 and finishes on the 24th of February 2023 to further your studies. After reviewing your application and the supporting documents, we have determined that you are a qualified student, blah, blah, blah. All right? So that came in 2022, and I finished that degree program.
It was signed by David C H Liang, the rector of the university. All would have been well, except at the bottom, a stamp appeared that belonged to a completely different university, San Jose University, Santa Ana. And with that, Rashad's defense crumbled. Podcasters like Cam James, Nate the Lawyer, and the Vanguard noticed the discrepancy and howled. Shortly thereafter, Rashad pulled the video offline, and the brouhaha died down a little. But then, Rashad decided to hire an independent investigator from the Atlanta named Bobeth Yates, who is apparently a hound dog when it comes to rooting out the truth, because the truth is what Yates is all about. And she tirelessly examined the entirety of Richey's claims. Well, except his claims about earning advanced degrees from the Asia Pacific School of Business and UNEM and European American University and the Business University of Costa Rica and the American College of Theology and Western Orthodox and the Scofield Seminary and, get this, UNIP. But other than that, she left no stone unturned. The hallmark of a solid investigation is objectivity. We wouldn't want any bias creeping into the report. Usually, it takes a lot of digging to uncover any relationship between a private investigator and his client. Bobeth makes that job easy.
But full disclosure, I actually know Dr. Richey. We worked together at the CBS station in Atlanta.
Bobeth, it doesn't work like that. Just because you admit that there's a relationship doesn't make the relationship go away. You can't perform an objective investigation of Rashad Richey because you're not objective. But enough of that. She ended her investigation by chastising other investigators like me for being sloppy in their work.
To the podcasters and independent investigators, keep up the good work. There's a place for your investigations, but keep in mind there's a responsibility that comes with disseminating information, and that includes presenting the facts on both sides. When researching a topic, it's important to start at the source or governing body, never just rely on a Google search. That can lead you astray. Always get multiple sources and independently verify any documentation, as well as double and triple check your facts. As to Dr. Richey, based on the information I gathered, his degrees are in fact real. And it's important to note that I reached out to those on the other side of this issue, asking for any information to the contrary, and got none.
Today, we're going to examine the acceptance letter from UNIP signed by David Liang. Who is David Liang? What the hell is a San Jose University Santa Ana? And how did this stamp get on the bottom of a letter sent out by UNIP? Well, we're going to explore that issue and dive deeper into the realm of diploma mills. And in the end, this video could prove devastating to Rashad's claims. Hello out there. I am trying to get through.
With powerful neuro-quantum brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning, it's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's time for the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
Just to give credit where credit is due, fake PhD investigator performed the bulk of the research for this video. He seems to find shit that I can't find. Also, all of the websites I'm going to show you are linked in the description below, so you can visit them yourself if you're skeptical. Now, this letter has all sorts of red flags. It specifies that the program begins on February 1st, which is only 1 week away from the time the letter was drafted. Is the student going to find out the night before classes begin that he's now in the program? Nothing suspicious about that. Also, it specifies a finishing date. What the hell? The finishing date is whenever you finish. And it's only 1 year away? A 1 year's master's program in neuroscience. But the biggest problem occurred at the bottom. While this is supposed to be an acceptance letter from UNIP, the stamp at the bottom says San Jose University, Santa Ana, and that is where the fun begins. So how did a stamp from the Santa Ana campus of San Jose University get on the acceptance letter from UNIP to Rashad Richey? I mean, if I got an acceptance letter from a university with the stamp of a completely different university at the bottom, I'd get a wee bit suspicious. How does that even happen? The stamp says quite clearly, David C H Liang, President, San Jose University, Santa Ana. Now, there's a question as to whether he was the president of the university at this time, but I haven't investigated that one yet. The letter is dated in January 2022. Well, I have a theory, but let's hold off on answering that for now. Let's find out more about this campus. And good luck. I looked far and wide over the internet, and I couldn't find much of anything. I couldn't find an address, news articles, blogs, nothing. Oh, there's a San Jose University based in Costa Rica, but if you go to the university's website, there's nothing said about a connection with Santa Ana. Same logo as on Rashad's acceptance letter, so it's the same university. Or is it? Hold on to that thought. Enter fake PhD investigator. He actually found an Instagram photo from November 2023, and the writing is all in Mandarin. So I dumped San Jose University Santa Ana into AI and got a surprise. San Jose University Santa Ana refers to an institution associated with natural medicine, offering programs like traditional Chinese medicine and body sculpting, nutrition care, and health management, often linked with the Asia Pacific Natural Medicine College in Asia, providing master's and doctoral programs. The school doesn't have a web page that I can find. I found nothing but 2 Word documents, both in Mandarin and using the same logo as San Jose University in Costa Rica. And it's pretty clear that whatever this school is, its focus is on Eastern medicine. So while you can't necessarily trust AI, it seems that in this case, it's fairly accurate. Now, we need to find out more about David C H Liang, but there could be more than one David C H Liang. So let's establish what the C and H stand for. This website from 2020 shows his picture, where it clearly states Dr. David Shen Hisang Liang, UNIP President. That erases all doubt about who we're talking about. So what is David Liang all about? Diploma mills. If you go to UNIP's YouTube channel, you'll see a video of the 2022 commencement, a partnership between UNIP, Rashad's university, and David University. David University. He named a university after his nickname. What is it? Well, fake PhD investigator poked around and discovered that it is a university founded in Florida by guess who? Shen Hisang Liang. Notice that on formal documents, he doesn't go by the nickname David. Looking deeper, we see that he's also created Masters University Incorporated. University Incorporated? Okay. But why stop there when you can create American Polytechnic Christian University Incorporated? So 3 universities, all listed with the principal address of El Dorado Drive in Tampa, Florida. All 3 created by the man who signed Rashad's letter. Let's take a look at this address. Yep, it's a prefab house of maybe 1,000 square feet. No garage, not even a carport. All 3 universities use a P.O. box for their mailing address. Yeah, that sounds legit. David lists his own address on the form as 5855 West Highway 98 in Panama City, Florida. Let's go there. And it's a marina. Are you learning a lot about diploma mills, kids? In the end, Rashad's acceptance letter was signed by a university president who operates diploma mills out of a small shack in Florida, and he stamped his signature with a completely different university specializing in herbal medicine that has no web page, no known address, and no known campus. But there's more. If we go to David Liang's LinkedIn page, you can see he goes by the name PhD Leang. How do we know it's the same dude? Well, it says here that he's the manager of the Central American University Consortium, CAUC. Guess who belongs to this consortium? UNIP. It turns out that David Liang has his hands in both UNIP and the consortium, and the evidence of that is all over the place. Okay, so he has the audacity to go by PhD Liang. So what? Well, he has a picture of a campus here, but it's not of a CAU school. No, this is the Bendigo campus of La Trobe University in Australia, a real university. Think about how bad this is. He's the manager of a consortium of colleges, but they're so decrepit that he has to use an image from a non-member for his LinkedIn page. Other than that, everything is perfectly normal. Happens all the time. But there's a bigger problem. This Instagram page shows the announcement of a new Sino-U.S. cooperation campus, University of San Jose, Costa Rica, Santa Ana. Study in Central America, new choice. So they're announcing a new university, and this post is dated November 15th, 2023. But Rashad, your acceptance letter was stamped with the university's stamp on January 24th, 2022. When did you get this letter, Rashad? So what happened? How did San Jose University Santa Ana stamp end up on an acceptance letter from Universidad del Pacifico, Nicaragua? My theory is that David Liang signed the letter that was printed out on UNIP's letterhead, but gave it to someone else working in his office or home to mail. This person, not knowing that the letter was supposed to be coming from UNIP, stamped it with the San Jose University Santa Ana stamp by mistake and sent the letter out. Or perhaps David has so many universities and stamps that he simply got them confused and stamped Rashad's letter with the wrong one. I have no other logical explanations. I welcome your thoughts. Whatever the case, we can be assured that Bobeth Yates is not much of an investigative journalist. Rashad waves this letter around as proof that he completed his degree at UNIP, and immediately the internet picks up on the fact that the letter stamp and letterhead don't match. And her thorough investigation completely ignored the controversy altogether. She never even mentions the letter, never investigated it. Why bother? So thorough. And Bobeth, I'm sorry, but you didn't have to be such a jackass at the end, so you brought this on yourself. Just a quick edit. You heard it yourself. The Master of Science program that Rashad claims to have completed was a 40-unit program, for which this private detective agency claims Rashad finished in 1 year.
Richey completed. The investigative report says Richey completed a 1-year, 40-credit Master of Science and neuroscience program at the Universidad Del Pacifico, also known as the University of Pacific UNIP, through their international student program for English-speaking students.
Anyone will tell you that completing 40 units in 1 year is completely unrealistic at the graduate level, especially in a field like neuroscience.
But Rashad will claim that, well, sure, it takes longer than 1 year for most all other students, but I just happened to work far harder than the university anticipated, and everyone knows how brilliant I am, so I was able to finish earlier than expected.
But Rashad's acceptance letter established a 1-year program. It says right here that the program is expected to end in February 2023, 1 year after they slated him to begin the program. No real neuroscience program is going to expect its graduate students to finish 40 units of study in 1 year. That's 7 courses per semester. Just for comparison's sake, full-time at Harvard Graduate School is 9 units of study. That's the norm. At every university I've been to, it was 9 units of study, not 20. On LinkedIn, you claim that you didn't get your MS until June 2023, which is about 3 semesters of work. I mean, that's better, but still unrealistic. But you didn't realize that the authorities shut the university down 4 months prior. Go watch my earlier video where I show the evidence. How did you get a degree from a university that was no longer operating? One more thing, the claim you were supposed to defend was that you completed the master's program at UNIP, but all you showed was an acceptance letter. I have an acceptance letter from Vanderbilt. So what? I never went there. Did you show any transcripts? Which is what we really want to see. No. Did you even bother to show a diploma? I mean, it should be on your wall, right? You should be able to take a picture of it. But no. You seem to be fond of those NACES-approved evaluations, but you didn't show one for UNIP. You provided zero evidence of having completed that program. And somehow, all this got past that crack detective agency and Bobeth Yates. Finally, I want to point out a little bit here about body language. The big question is, did Rashad complete the program at UNIP? That's what we care about. We don't care if you got into UNIP. My dog could have gotten into UNIP. Did you complete the program? Instead of looking at us in the eye and telling us emphatically and confidently that he did finish the program, watch how he handles it.
And I finished that degree program, accreditation.
He drops his head, stares down at the desk, and rushes through it. I completed the program. All you cops out there, what does this tell you about his testimony? Still want to claim that you received your Master of Science in Neuroscience at UNIP? Do you, Rashad? Now, you can come back and claim that I'm racist, that I'm a neo-Nazi, that I'm a serial killer. Fine. That's what race hustlers like you do. Go ahead, but I want to see transcripts, and nothing but transcripts will do. At any rate, I want to finally say that if I ever get a fake degree, remind me not to piss off fake PhD investigator. Like my video and subscribe to my channel.